Guys, thanks for stopping by, checking in on our little 1974 CB450 restoration project. Made a couple decisions, thought I'd let you in on them. First thing, we decided to, since it's so damn hot here in Texas, and this would be more fun as a winter project, I think we're going to leave this bike intact. We're going to have the tank repainted, side covers. That's why they're missing. They're over at the shop being done right now. Got a new decal kit for it, just came in. And we should have it back in a week or 10 days. The other thing is, I've been having so much fun cruising around on this thing in the evenings. And it's in such excellent shape. Check out my new license plate. That I just want to keep it intact for the summer. Ride it around. And then when it gets cooler, take this thing down to the bare frame, get the frame painted and or powder coated. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. And we're going to put it all back together. Give me a chance to source some parts and decide what I want to do with this little thing. Keep it, sell it, whatever. That's what we're going to do right now. In the meantime, we've had some fun grabbing some parts off the internet, and I got to tell you, it's pretty inexpensive to find parts for this thing. For instance, this little rubber tank mount here, I think it was $12. Strap for my battery, $8. This is a new old stock also. Haven't replaced these yet, but the tank mounts, you can get a pair of those for 10 bucks. I needed my blinkers were working, but they weren't blinking, and I needed a relay. I think that was $12. The most money I've spent on this thing, believe it or not, been on this license plate, 25 bucks. So, I've been working diligently to get my workspace in order. This is one side of my barn out here. We've got a 30 by 40 barn. I was able to acquire this sweet lift off of Craigslist. If you're just patient and you watch for those things, you can find them. Guys buy these things, they get rid of their motorcycles or whatever, and they're just in the way. And this one here is about anywhere from 12 to 1400 bucks brand new. It's air over hydraulic and heavy duty. And picked that thing up for 350 bucks. I sent one of my drivers to grab it, and he said it took 4 people to load it. Fortunately, we have a tractor here and we were able to unload it, but there's just no way I was going to sit on a milk crate and work on these things. I'm just too old, my back doesn't like it. Did a compression check on this, got about 155, 160 pounds hot in each cylinder with the throttle on. I think it's going to be sufficient. While the tank is being painted and side cover is being painted, I'm going to attempt to set the valves on this thing because it's going to be a lot easier to get to it without the tank on there. I'm going to pull the carbs off. I want to check these boots, make sure there's not any air leaks. My buddy who used to be an old Honda mechanic who's gone to the dark side and Harley rider now, but 35 years ago he was a Honda mechanic, and he just had a blast working on this thing the other day. Setting the carbs, because you pretty much have to set them by hearing, and he's hard of hearing, but he was able to figure this out. So it's idling really nice now. But while it's down, there's a few things I'm going to do. I'll probably paint the headlight bucket, put some new screws there. The tachometer and the speedometer work just fine, except the tachometer, it works real slow and sluggish. It's not bouncing or anything like that, but it's just real slow to accelerate and decelerate. So I'm going to take that cable out, clean it, lube it, see how it works. Going to have to fix up a auxiliary gas tank here, so when I want to crank it, we'll have a gas source, because we'll be doing that before we get it back. So I've rigged up a little small gas can here, and we're going to epoxy this petcock in, hang some fuel lines off of it. That's what we use for our fuel line. In the meantime, I've been going through all my metric tools, make sure I've got everything I need. Working on sprint cars for 10 years, we didn't need a damn metric tool one, and so I had to go fill in some spaces there, and with some wrenches I didn't have and things I'm going to need for when we disassemble this little puppy. But anyway, this This thing's been garage kept its whole life. It looks like it's going to remain that way. And it's going to be a real fun project. Basically going to be a disassemble, repaint the frame, polish some things, and put it back together. And it should be what I would consider fully restored, not for a lot of money. These things are cheap to do if you're interested in doing them. CB350s, 450s, parts are everywhere. They are plentiful. If you don't have a lift, hell, you can go to Harbor Freight. They're $4.39 at Harbor Freight, and you can always get a coupon out of Guns and Ammo or something for 20% off, or you can even find them on sale for $2.99 sometimes. But just check Craigslist. There's a lot of them on there, and I'd highly recommend getting one of those. So until next time, get the tank back here in a couple weeks. I'll give you an update and check back and see how we're doing. Till then, you guys be safe, and we'll see you down the road. Adios.